Hello. What did El Perro put in here? Let me see what El Perro put. Huge internet court ruling. All right. El Perro put a link in there. I got him out of here. Yeah, man. I'm getting my. All right. You freaking weirdos. I love you guys. I did my twin hearts last night. I'm supposed to be on some spiritual clean aura, clean chakras, purified my incarnated soul. And here we are. Cold wars. Can you be a spiritual warrior? Can you go to war? What kind of person do you want in a war? A spiritual person? A person who's illuminated, enlightened, a Christed being? Isn't that what Krishna? Hello, can you guys hear me? I'm trying to talk about spiritual stuff and wars. And Mimi, that's me. She's so beautiful and generous and made me almost cry. I think I cried a little bit from the love and the donations. And Mimi, you made it into my twin hearts meditation. See, part of when I was activating my heart chakra last night, you think of something that, in order to get it, you think of like a loving, caring moment, right? And so I was thinking of your donation. I was thinking of Horde's donation. And just how I felt the love. I felt the presence of the community. I felt the support, the care, the sweetness, the tenderness, which is the heart chakras, the emotional heart center. So these emotions that I try to get in tune with to get it activated so that I could activate the crown. See, the key, I'm trying to get the crown activated. But to do that, I got to first sufficiently activate the heart chakra. See, the crown chakra is the gate to heaven. But the emotional heart chakra, the twin, they each have a twin in their hearts. The heart of the heart and the heart of the crown are a twin. It's called twin heart meditation. So your emotional center is the key to that gate. So these are complementary things with men and women. When we complementary come together, the gates of heaven open. How many times I gotta fucking say the fucking shit? All right, that's what a spiritual person does. He pounds on shit. He yells about shit. He declares cold wars on cold communities and people. What don't you understand? Am I freaking out a little bit? How's things going? Is the internet all right? Can you hear me all right? Let me know. Maybe I should check the settings. You're welcome, she said. Oh, thank you. Now, where am I? I was going to do something here. Yeah, there's a Cold War going on, guys. Just like Russia. It's the same shit. Pipe down. Fat slave. That's me. Now. So, anyways, there's been a Cold War declared. It's just like Russia. It's just like America back in the 80s. Back in the 80s. I don't know if you saw the movies Red Dawn. There was a Cold War going on, guys. Very cold, very chilly. That's what's going on with OTW News and Static Warrior, Karen B, and the whole Flat Earth community. They could suck my cock. Yeah, I was going. Yeah, I'm just chilling. Anyways, yeah, they could suck my cock. Flat Earth. Flat Earth is fucking dumb, Rob Cleveland. It's fucking stupid. I mean, I understand. I agree with it. And I went to Flattoberfest in 2021, and I met beautiful Rob Cleveland, his piano teeth. God damn it. Now I'm near Rob Cleveland in Vegas, and we're going to meet up and bang a couple chubby checkers. You're asking what's a chubby checker? It's a fat chick. We're going to hit on fat chicks and have sexual intercourse with them. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, there's been a war declared, people. What's up, Michelle? Ready? I don't know what you're laughing at over there. I'm just trying to fucking talk over here. Got Jackie. You got all the women in the house, guys. People are going to get triggered. Don't even start trying to come in my stream. Fucking Flat Earth, you stupid, dumb fucks. Here's what Z said yesterday. What a fucking moron. These fucking dumbasses, dude. And I love Z, dude. You're a fucking dude. I'm bisexual, Z. I don't know. I'm coming out of my bisexuality. I'll fucking make out with you, Z, if I meet you in person, probably. Anyways, Fuck, where am I going? I feel strange. I feel anxiety ridden. But anyways, he goes, yeah, I just want to focus on flat Earth. My health. I just want to go online and talk about flat Earth. And yeah, I don't want to go on Paul Enslaved. I just want to fucking do videos on flat Earth and argue with fucking dumb fucks about flat Earth. You dumb fuck. You spent 9 hours arguing with dumb fucks over flat Earth, you dumb fuck. We're going to bring the dumb fuck back. I'm going to say dumb fuck 999 times this stream. Count every time I say dumb fuck because you're dumb fuck OTW News, dumb fuck Zetetic Warrior, dumb fuck Karen B, dumb fucks. Now, OTW News, I got love for you. You're a hard worker. I don't know what you're fucking, apparently you're in this flat Earth community. Just kind of a little bit of a dumb fuck, but I got respect for you because me and you are kind of equals. You're actually above me in this game, this YouTube game, OTW, because you've been grinding. You got fucking numbers. You got fucking people. But you're a dumb fuck. What does it matter? You're still a dumb fuck. And if I keep doing my thing consistently, I'm going to fucking surpass you, dumb fuck. Anyways. Nothing wrong with bisexualism. Is that a word? I like it. Anyways. Jackie. All right. Come up and show them thighs again. That was hot. I'm a bisexual, not a homosexual. That's great. I get it all. I'm a deviant. I'm greedy. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, yeah. We ain't got time, guys. Ball's going slaved in fucking a little bit. I got to pack it in. Put it in. Push it. Push it. Pack it in there. Put it in real tight. Yeah. Anyways. What a bunch of dumb fucks. So I called Karen B's show, right? I'm going to go back. I should probably play some of it. What a dumb fuck. I'm probably going to sound like a dumb fuck. Now I'm scared to go play it because I probably sound like a disorientated retard who can't fucking put a whole coherent thought together. All right, I will admit, I was jumping from bop, bop, bop. She goes, tell me about mountain bricks. And then I was like, what do you think about sex? And she kicked me out of her show. Well, it wasn't quite like that, but that would be her explanation. All of a sudden, he's like, I want to have a threesome with you and Rose. 777. What a deviant. That's not what happened. I didn't bring it up. Someone else brought it up. I think it's hearsay. I might have said it. I don't know. Sounds like something I would be like, yeah, I want to have a threesome with Rose and fuck Karen B. Why not? Who the fuck wouldn't? They're hot. Anyways, I'm a bisexual. Trisexual. I'll try anything. Anyways, it was fucking insane last night. But Salty and I had such great laughing session. Fuck yeah. Fucking shut up, Rob, you dummy. Flat Earth is stupid. You're going to fucking pay $200 to fucking go to an event. That's going to be stupid. But I love you, Rob. We're going to meet up and just look at each other awkwardly and lovingly. You're going to smoke weed. I'm going to be like, nah, I think I'm going to abstain. And then you're going to be like, oh, this is cool. And we're going to sit there. And you're going to smile and be like, yeah, good to see you, Rob. You heard about my bisexuality? Yeah, cool. And then we're going to be like, hey, you want to walk on the strip? Yeah, maybe we'll make some content. Cool, because this is awkward right now, Rob. Let's get the fuck out of your apartment. It's creepy. I have an erection. Anyways. Fucking flat Earth. What a bunch of dumb fuck community. Can you guys get it together? Hey, Meltology. All right, I'm not going to... I'll meet you here. Meltology, right? Meltology community. Jen Truth Seeker 69. Shout out. I'll put the link in the thing. Jen Truth Seeker 69. Great community. I love Jen. But we all got shit to work on, right? We all got our hangups. You saw her get triggered from dealing with Paul. You know, I'd like to have her and Paul have an interaction. Maybe I should have more interactions with Paul on some sort of therapeutic session type shit. You know what I mean? Instead of being a fucking clown dumb fuck. But anyways, what my point is that, like, there's a flat Earth community, there's a Meltology community, and then we got this rights and freedom shit, this license plates, this slavery. Right? So the rights and freedom and slavery shit should be priority, right? Should be priority. But we don't, right? Do I? Do I make it a priority? Should my streams all be priority about that? Does Paul's stream 100% all the time talk about that? Or is there some sort of combination of things, of how to go about it? Times and seasons and like he says, you know what I mean? So anyway, holy shit, there's 31 people here. What the fuck are you people doing? I'm a melter. I know. Yeah. Oh, good. She's a melter. Thought you were talking about, I assume that was Flat Earther, but I will go to that event because I support Karen B and what she's done for the community. Karen B's a dumb fuck. She don't do shit. How hard it is you think to make that event? Oh my God, I almost killed myself trying to run this event. $160 a ticket. How much is that? How much you know what I mean? I paid that $160 fucking for Flattoberfest 2021. What a stupid fucking event. What an overpriced, dumb fuck event. When you guys could just meet up for free and hang out. What do you need to pay $160 for? To go all meet up at a hotel somewhere and do cool shit together. Dumb fucks. Oh my God. I'm in North Carolina and, you know, putting this event together is like gonna kill me. So please pray for me. I have to call the hotel and be like, yo, do you have this date? And they're like, no. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. Like, this is so insanity. Like, shut the fuck up. You're a bunch of dumb fucks, all of you. And I'm gonna come at the men. Ted Sommer, I want to come at you. I want to talk to you from now on, Karen B. Since you guys want to be in Trisha intertwined, and I'm boyfriend, girlfriend, and we're so monogamous, and fuck off, Brian, you sexual deviant. Like, fuck you. Ted Sommer, come up here. Come up on my stream. And I'll tell you to your face, your events are stupid. Your girlfriend's stupid, and you're stupid. Rob Cleveland's stupid. Synthetic Warrior's stupid. OTOW News is stupid. Ben Baldison's pretty cool, but he's also stupid. Ben Baldison's the perfect example. He's a goddamn fucking genius who's stupid, slave. And I'll get into rights and freedom. So I'm talking to myself. I'm getting back to driving up myself to get some rights and freedom. Take these goddamn plates off my car instead of being a fucking bitch. I sound like Wes fucking Watson. I'm getting fucking buff too from my fucking workouts and Trinity Point Hearts meditation. Don't fuck with me, motherfuckers. Yeah, I gotta rile myself up. That's who I'm yelling at. Yeah, Rob Cleveland said it earlier. What'd he say? He's probably got some truth. Rob Cleveland's a good guy. I want to see you put together an event like during the midst of COVID. Oh my God, whoa, she had to make phone calls and show up and be like, oh my God, is this space available? Great, I'll put a deposit down. Holy shit, she did that during COVID? Holy fuck! Hi, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just doing a live stream. No, it's all good now. Yeah, I'm cool. No, I don't need any water. I'll just dehydrate and die. Thank you, though. Anyways. Oh, man. Cops will be here soon. The neighbor's like, oh, my God. There's a schizophrenic homeless man yelling from Illinois license plates. What is happening? Hello? Anyways. What did Rob Cleveland say? That's what I was looking for. Rob Cleveland said something about it's you. Yeah, this is all projection. Everything's projection, and that's what Z said. Oh, you're just projecting, Brian. I don't need to go on pause stream. Again, only at war with yourself. Yeah, okay, war with myself. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I hit my head last night on the fucking thing. See, I put spit on it. Spit's good for wounds, like a dog. Put some spit on that shit. Help that wound heal up. Yeah. Anyways. I want to motivate myself up. Fuck all you fucking dumb fucks. I'm here to fucking motivate myself and talk this bullshit so I can fucking get on my shit, take these goddamn plates off, learn how to talk to a cop like a fucking man, learn how to talk to a judge like a man, learn how to do paperwork like a man, correct my status, get my paperwork going. Because, yeah, I know mountains are melted bricks, and yeah, I know that shit's important. A lot of shit's fucking important. Alchemy's important. Spagyric's important. But what does that matter when a cop's fucking tippy-tapping on my shit? Give me some bullshit, trying to take my shit, my property. Fuck off, motherfuckers. Now, where are we? I like bi-bri. Bipolar, bisexual. People are like, that's bi-bri. Because when he walks in the room, we're just like, bye. You're not welcome, crazy, bipolar, bisexual, deviant man. Bye. Later, Felicia. What was that expression back in the day? Bye, Felicia. People are rude, dude. Rude. Just telling me to leave. She just hung up on me. Let's pull it up. Let's pull me up having a phone conversation with Karen B, but I'm nervous now because I'm a disjointed idiot. I don't know how to talk in complete sentences. I have a fucking stream of thought, stream of consciousness, and it's fucking rambo, jamble, mumble, jumbo, and I'm about to realize it and realize I'm a dumb fuck, maybe myself. Fuck. This might backfire on me, but fuck it. Let's go to Karen B's channel. Pull up the phone conversation I had where I was rambling about shit. But I just want to show you where she hung up on me. Maybe I don't need to pull it up. Maybe I do. I will. Because you guys are interested now. But anyways. She fucking hung up on me. Like, It's like, even if I am being a ramble, just coherent idiot, you don't have to fucking hang up on me. You understand what I'm saying? Why you gotta fucking hang up on me? And let's get back to Zetetic Warrior. What a dumb fuck. Oh, flat Earth is so important to me. I took a break for 2 months because I was trying to figure out what this metaverse is. And you know, and I came to the conclusion I just want to do flat Earth. Like, it's just what I feel in my soul. I just want to argue with dumb fucks about flat Earth. I feel like it's just the most important thing right now. You dumb fucking dumb fuck. Now get the fuck up here. OTW, Zetetic, Karen B, anyone, Rob Cleveland, get the fuck up here. Talk to me face to face like a goddamn man, you fucking pussyfooters. Pussyfooting around, sucking each other's cocks, cupcake and fucking camp cupcake and fucking dumb fucks. Yeah. Now, let me try to get back to I did my twin hearts yesterday. I cleaned my auras and chakras. And I purified my incarnated soul. And I try to bless the whole earth with peace and forgiveness, understanding, harmony, peace, love, light and joy, laughter. When there's sadness, pain, bring light and joy. Where there's people who are going through a struggle, tell them you can make it. Bless them with divine strength, divine faith. They have hope in there, but I don't like to use the word hope. They talk about divine hope and divine faith. I just skip the hope part. I go to divine faith. Now, let's try to recenter. Abdominal breathing is stress relieving. All right. My auras are clean. Chakras are clean. How do I not only talk about doing good shit, but actually act on it? How do I not only talk about taking my plates off and rights and freedom, but actually do something about it? There's a lot of talk in these fucking streets, right? Oh, I talk. I'm so fucking smart about how the world works, but I don't do fucking shit. I'm a fucking slave, and that's talking about me. So I'm really yelling at me to motivate me, and that's a good thing. If you guys are like, oh my God, I'm triggered, he's yelling at me. Well, maybe it's something you need to look at. I'm trying to motivate myself to not be a fucking slave. What the fuck don't you understand? Now, we got some people here. Who's this person? Oh, God, now I'm scared. Who's this 33rd degree Chris? Oh, he left. I got scared, Chris. I thought you were like Karen B's friend. You were going to come up and hand me my ass to me. You're going to rip my ass off and hand it to me. Is that Jackie?
Yeah, it's me. Hi, Brian.
All right, good. You're here. I can calm down a little bit. I got some
calm down a little bit. You're doing good.
I'm doing good. You're like a mother to me. You're like
reconnect with that heart.
Yeah, reconnect with the heart chakra. So Jackie, my mother used to call me Bri Bri. She's like Bri Bri. My little nickname, Bri Bri. But guess what? Now I'm Bye Bye because I'm bipolar and bisexual. I'm Bye Bye Bri Bri.
Bye Bri. Bye Bri.
Bye Bye Bri Bri.
That's so cute.
You're too cute. Let me see them fucking tits and thighs. Whoa, she's already showing them. Yeah, let me get a boner. Let me just beat off on stream. No one can see it. My hands in my pants.
Oh my gosh.
Karen B, can you believe Karen B accuses me of being a sexual deviant? What the fuck is her problem?
No.
Who the fuck would think that about me? Do you like this wallpaper? Just got it yesterday.
I do.
It's nice.
I thought it was a bath towel. I thought it was like a beach towel.
Who's this guy? Oh God, 33 degree Chris. Chris, you better not fucking be real articulate and smart and fucking just destroy me on my own stream. I don't know who you are. I'm kind of nervous.
See.
Huh?
I can't wait to see. Put them up.
Who is he? All right. Chris, right. I'm nervous. Let me sign her up. Let me get ready for Chris. Who is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Hello?
You sound like Mitchell right now.
Oh, you're Christos. It's Christos. Damn, I'm scared. Hello? Yeah, I sound like Mitchell, a fucking schizophrenic raving maniac. This is why Karen B hung up on you. Ah, shut up, Rob Cleveland, you simp. Rob, I love you. You know I fucking love you, and we're going to meet up and stare at each other awkwardly at your apartment before we go to the strip and pick up on fat chicks. But, Rob, still, nonetheless, Rob Cleveland, before we find that bridal shower of chubby chicks, white chubby chicks who are going to fall absolutely in love with us and pay us probably to strip for them. Before that happens, Rob Cleveland.
Did you put the link in the live chat again?
I'll pin it. I'll pin it to the thing. You know what I mean? I'll put
that. OTW would like it pinned.
Oh, well, OTW is such a special boy. How about I just put it in chat first? He wants to come up and talk. OTW wants to come up. Badass with this. He's got a nice smile. His tooth that kind of hangs out. I'm not making fun of him. It's cool. I like people that have either buck teeth, kind of. I like women with a little overbite, like that Patricia Arquette. I like that little buck tooth thing. Like that woman, Lauren De Laguna. She's got that little overbite, horse teeth that Paul makes fun of. I like that. It's cute. It's adorable. I kiss girls' teeth that have them like that. When I'm making out with them, I'm like, I'm gonna kiss your teeth, and then they're like, that's weird. Kiss their teeth, lick their teeth. I like their teeth. Tongues in the mouth already. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, Christos, right? Paul's live. I'm out of here. Deuces. All right, Paul. See you. All right. See you. I mean, Rob. Paul might save me. Paul's live. Fuck. I think Paul might save me from this fiasco. Let's see. Let's just wait for the numbers to drop, though. Maybe I got Karen B community here. Like, oh my God. We're going to fucking screen record this. He's psychopathic. Look at him. Oh.
You know, Rob would feel the need to announce.
Well, I get it. Paul's live. I mean, that is kind of the deal. But he's just kind of like, I'm out of here. Deuces. He's just straight up like, he's like.
Is he doing a bit, non-bit, bit?
Me?
Non-bit? Rob.
Me?
Rob.
No, Rob's dead serious. He's fucking in love with Karen B. He's in love with
Karen B. Is he hating on you or is he just bitting you?
It's a zero bit. He's in love with Karen B. She did so much for the flat earth community. Do you know who she is? Are you a flat earther? Are you?
I'm a prior flat earther, and I know her name, but I don't think I ever.
Yeah, well, you're about to meet her because you're about to meet her because I'm about to play.
All right,
then I'm gonna go over to Rob's or Paul's, or maybe Paul could come here for a second and then force me to go over there. I'll pull an OTW and Synthetic Warrior, but I won't have no numbers. I'm gonna lose everybody here in a second. But anyways, let's see if we can find out where I'm on our show.
Comcast.net, I think, is his email, and Mark will make a promo for you. I'll put your event, your meetup listed on the website. Meetups.
I gotta find out where the fuck I'm at on here. Might take a while. Fucking retards.
I sang the songs to make people think that Jesus.
What a dumbass that guy is.
Always so different than what I imagined.
So different.
Thanks, hon.
Thanks,
hey, Brian. While you're looking for that, I just want to say something real quick. How about
I hope
Karen
everyone gets
B?
to experience because I could tap into that and know
go ahead. I found it.
Okay, cool.
Millennial reign of Christ.
Yeah, so the first time that I actually heard Karen B, funny enough, like literally the first. Am I coming in clear?
Just talk over her. I'm just trying to find the beginning. But go ahead, just talk over her.
That's a good question. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
The first
who was living in these
I never heard Karen
right now.
B.
That's for Flat Toberfest for me this year. Is that in October?
I heard her thing.
Heard what?
The whole melted brick rant that she went on, melted building mountain thing.
Yeah,
that's the first time I actually ever heard from her. I heard her when she was going live, going on her rant about that.
Just immediately take off and grow.
Right. Because she doubled down. She made a separate video about it. She's like, "Oh, I apologize, but I'm just gonna clip it and then put it out there as a separate video because I doubled back and apologized, but I'm gonna make a separate video to highlight."
I don't feel, and I don't feel one way or the other about that subject, but the way she was so like mad about people that believed that, I was like, wow, I was turned off from that. I'm like, I'm not listening to this lady.
Like, why do you think the Middle Easterners wear?
Yeah, well, let's get to how many numbers I got. So,
and we have wonderful conversations, and we come at them from different angles, and a lot of
that's
times.
Ben Ballison talking. He's smart, but he's also a dumb fuck. Got to get these people on rights and freedom like me.
Go to dance.
Now I'm a dumb fuck. Cop comes up and I'm like if I'm moving my property,
Hug a Buddy.
Dumb fuck.
You ever heard that one?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of like a snowflake.
Karen B's all fucking arrogant, like trying to act stupid while she's talking to me. She knows something. She can't just fucking have an honest conversation. She's got to kick me without. She could have just muted me before she kicked me and been like, "Yo, Brian, you sounded schizophrenic and retarded. Can you kind of just tighten it up and get to the mountain bricks?" No, she's just got to boot me just because I bring up the word sex. So I'm a sexual deviant because I said the word sex. Like literally, that's probably what happened. But you guys, let's see what happened.
Come on.
Hey, Karen B. How are
Hey, Karen.
All right, let me. Thank you.
you?
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to make
All
sure
right.
I'm not the only one who thinks
Love you,
that.
Karen.
All right.
That was
love you
Ben
too. Talk
Balderson,
to
an
you later.
alchemist. He's been on Crow Triples Living a Bunch.
Later.
Genius. He's a dumb fuck, too. It's a combination of a genius and a dumb fuck. How's that?
Thanks for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen B. How are you?
Great. How are
Brian
you?
O.
Who?
I'm not too bad.
Who is it? Brian?
This is Brian O.
Who?
Brian
Yeah.
O. Okay. Brian O'Shea. What
You
do you?
recognize my...
Yes. What do
Yeah.
you? What did you call to yell at me about today?
Oh, yell at you. Come on. You know that I don't just yell at people. We're here to... It's one world. Isn't that what they just talked about? Isn't that Blavatsky talks about? One love?
One love? I don't know.
No. It sounds a little too cupcakey. Let's not be too sweet to each other.
Right.
Have you heard that term? Cupcake? Camp cupcake? You familiar with that?
No, that's a new one. Is that anything like Camp Snowflake?
Yeah. It's probably they probably go to dances together and hold hands. The cupcakers and the snowflakes. But then there's also a term now. Don't mind my derogatoriness here, but it's called hug a buddy, fuck a buddy. You ever heard that one?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of like a snowflakey, cupcakey thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna hug each other and fuck each other, and not really do anything to change the world. We're just gonna talk about it.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I kind of just joined the show, so I don't know if there was a theme. We got any themes going on? I just heard Ben Balderson. I could go off what he was talking. He's pretty cool.
There's not really a theme, but we ended up talking about cultures a little bit because we're talking about, we did get on the one world subject, and I mentioned that I thought that it made me think about cultures being washed out, people losing their language, losing their identity as a people. And then somebody said cultures weren't real, and I just don't agree with that.
Yeah, there's something strange going on with this mainstream, obviously mainstream history. So like, if mainstream history is saying that this is how cultures do it, blah blah blah. How do I articulate this? My thoughts on it. I'm not even sure. I'm just all, if I think mountains are melted bricks, buildings, then culture has to be wrapped up in there somewhere. But see, I'm trying to force that conversation. You know, I want to go there, but
you still think
have to go there.
No. Well, I mean, why would we go there? It's like, why?
I heard you say, you still think that crazy nonsense? That's what you're thinking. I'm telling you. See, I'm in Vegas right now. That's where Flattoberfest for me this year. Is that in October or something? Probably.
Yes. It's
Flattober.
true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Vegas at the moment. Who knows what I'll be in October, but yeah, it's beautiful mountains out here. And I'm telling you, man, I was just in Arizona. So I don't know. We don't have to get in an argument, but yes, I feel like, yes, I believe that. I happen to believe. I know it's crazy. I used to think it was crazy too. We've had this conversation a million times, but as strange as that may sound, the earth isn't round. Mountains are brick buildings. Who the fuck would have thought that?
Okay, but who made the brick buildings? Where did the bricks come from?
That's a good question. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Who was living in these brick buildings?
Did the world? Okay, let me start there. Let me go at it like this, and I'm going to where you're going. Okay, the world started at some point, right? Now, okay. Do you agree with the cycles, like golden, silver, bronze, iron, and then in Hinduism it would be?
Are those ages, or wouldn't that be like aren't those considered ages, not cycles? I mean, I don't know. Do I agree with the ages?
That's
in
the same
Hinduism,
thing.
it's literally a wheel, and like that. It's about the wheel of time. Cycles of the cycle. Everything's a cycle. I mean, if you're not on the cycle tip, we could have a conversation about that too.
Well, I agree that the universe is cyclical. Yes, I just don't see where the melted brick buildings fit into that cycle.
Look at it. You don't see where what fits into the cycle?
Melted brick
buildings.
Ages.
You can't have a conversation. No, I'm getting there. Just give me a second. Give me one little second here. But I just want to point something out. So in Hinduism, they got, we're talking gold and silver, bronze, iron, and you got Satya, Treta, Dwarpa, Kali. These are the yugas. We're talking Hinduism. We're talking ancient Eastern,
knowledge, wisdom. So that's a cycle. So my question to you is, so you acknowledge these cycles, right? Obviously, you just said you do, right? You acknowledge that these cycles exist,
Well,
these ages.
well, I don't know if an age is the same as a cycle,
What a dumbass.
but I know that there is
Right, but
cycles,
because-
yes.
Right. So if you have a golden age, if you have a silver
can't
age,
even
if you have
get
a
the
bronze age, and you have an
basic
iron age. They
understanding
happen in a time and a
of
season,
art.
right? That kind of repeat. So what would you say the age that we were in now, if you had to assign it one of those metals properties?
Man, I don't know.
What a dumbass.
No.
Iron, obviously,
Okay.
you moron.
I would chat. What age do you think we're in? I think most people in chat, most people in this community are going to say the Iron Age, which would be the worst, right? We're definitely not in a golden era. If you look around, probably not in a silver. We're probably not even in a bronze. It feels like the worst of the worst. They're fucking. What's going on in this world seems like the worst of the worst. Like hell on earth almost.
Yeah.
Which would the Iron Age would be,
Yeah.
right? And Iron Age, according to the Yugas, would be the shortest cycle, right? Whatever time is. The time starts to get a little funky in the golden eras, I understand. Like time doesn't really exist, whatever that means. And it's hard to comprehend the golden era because we're so far from it. You know what I mean? All right. And let me say one more thing before I get back to the melted bricks. So now another thing is, have you heard of the millennial reign of Christ? Have you heard of a type of age like that?
Yes.
What do you understand about that?
I know that there's a big debate amongst Christians on whether or not we are living before or after the millennial reign of Christ. And there's actually a lot of people who believe that Tartarian stuff, that is evidence that there was already the millennial reign of Christ and now we're in after that part. But I personally don't subscribe to that. But, still being
You're
investigated.
dumbass.
And what is the
Daniel.
millennial reign of Christ?
Just fucking click live, you idiot.
It's like when Christ comes and saves the earth. I don't know. What is it? Supposed to come down
Well,
and
if it is a
rain, right?
thing,
He's supposed to
I
rain
have-
for 1,000 years and life's supposed to be good, right? Isn't that what it is?
You said Christ came here for 1,000 years and life was good.
No,
That's what
I'm
you said?
saying, isn't that what the Christ millennial reign is, right? He's supposed to come down and I haven't got that far in the Bible yet. So I don't really know. I haven't got that far yet. I'm still in the beginning.
Okay. Well, I've read the whole Bible, but I'm not, whatever that's worth, how much I comprehended. A lot of numbers and oxen and family names in there, but a good book, a lot of good stories. I don't mean to I'm not downgrading it like that. It is the book, a book. A lot of books. Religions. The millennial reign of Christ. So the way and I'm not an expert on it, that's why I'm kind of half asking, just to see your interpretation as well. But the way I would look at it is whether like a Christ, the Christ, or it's like a Christed time, how we feel like there's an ascension of consciousness going on right now. You could say we're on our way to more Christed spirits, like there's some sort of separation, winnowing process going on right now. Like either you can see it or you can't. All these tests, either you're gonna put the mask on or you're not. You're gonna take that jab or you're not. Like there's all these like little tests to see where you're at spiritually. You know what I mean? To see if you're gonna be able to allowed to keep going, or you got to come back and give it another shot until you figure it out. So where I'm going with that and how this applies to melted bricks, but we're going to just stay on this millennial thing for a second. So if there was a time where either a Christed being came down and the whole world was changed somehow, there was some sort of unity, there was some sort of good spirit, there was some sort of golden era, right? So if we have cycles within cycles, right? Just like those Russian dials, you have a bunch of dials within dials, and that's how this world works. These gears, like almost the sky clock and these eclipses. To me, it seems like a gear system almost. That's how I feel about eclipses. I know I'm going around a little bit. I'll try to be a little more concise, but I'm talking about cycles within the cycle. So if you have a smaller cycle, so say you could go from an age of iron, right, where it's terrible, and all of a sudden the millennial reign of Christ could come. Like, I don't know how that works, how they could butt up against one another, because that is the theory that there was a millennial reign of Christ, which I guess would be 1,000 years, and you could consider it, in my eyes, like a golden era, like a heaven on earth type situation. Okay, and if that was butted up against a more like the worst age, there would be a transitional period as you go from an iron to a golden age, and you go from a golden to an iron age, which may have happened. It may happen like that somehow with this shit, which is strange because that'd be like going directly from winter to summer and skipping spring and fall and all that intermediary. So I don't know exactly how this shit works, but let me just say this: if there was in the somewhat recent future a millennial reign of Christ that is now butted up to a short season of Satan, are you familiar with that term, a short season of Satan?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you understand about that?
Not very much. Honestly, I haven't gone into that very much.
Right. And I'm right there with you. It's not like I've researched this, blah, blah, blah. I've heard the terms, and I'm just going to give you what my understanding of it is. So if you have a millennial reign of Christ butted up to what is now what I would consider a short season of Satan, which thank God it's short, and thank God it feels like it's at the end of that short season. To me, it feels like we're butted up against something where some sort of change, some sort of new age. Now, whether that age is going to be another golden era or whether we're going to go from an iron to a bronze, which will make more sense as we look at things naturally in nature, the cycles of seasons. Talk about cycles within cycles. You got your lunar cycles, which is a 30-day cycle. You got your yearly cycles, which is going to have your 4 seasons, and the cycles within that, the seasons, winter, fall, spring, summer. You know, all these different cyclical things. So if we're in a short season of Satan currently, that is most likely coming to an end.
Isn't that supposed to be before?
Up to
Yeah, isn't the short season of Satan, isn't that supposed to come right before the millennial reign of Christ?
Right. So there's some sort of connection with it together, right? So the way now whether there was a short season of Satan before, what I suspect was some sort of millennial reign of Christ in our somewhat near past, somewhat recent past. It was most likely, in my opinion, a millennial reign of Christ based on when I look at the mountains and how I feel about them, and when I look at old buildings and old architecture that doesn't make sense based on mainstream history. Some of these buildings that are just so glorious, like these World's Fairs, what was going on with those type of buildings and those types of electricities and the free energy, and people talk about it. Like David Weiss, the flat earther, when he talked to that lady Rose, who was at a World's Fair, and she said the light was so brilliant she couldn't believe it. I remember that conversation at the nursing home with the woman who was having a flat earth conversation with Dave. Do you know what I'm talking about, Rose?
Yes.
Have you seen that video?
Yes.
Right. So she was saying she was at a World's Fair and the light that she saw was so brilliant. Matter of fact, she was saying that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like she was saying, oh, and then eventually I saw New York City and it was the same light. No, it was some sort of different light. It was probably a free energy type of light. And it probably was a different, more brilliant, wonderful light. That's probably less harsh in your eyes, just like these lights they got now. They want everything to be LED, whatever screens we're looking at, these harshness lights. It's probably a more pure, a more healing type of light, right? Just like when you go into these cathedrals and these churches and these organs, there's a healing centers. There's more ways to be healed, to have health. Whereas now there's more ways of destruction. You got your 5G towers, you got this type of energy, that type of thing, got the phone on you. This phone I'm holding near to my face probably hurting me somehow. Whereas in these more golden eras, these more different eras, there was more, a million different ways to be healthy and get helpful things around you. Whereas now it's inverted. Everything's death. It's death-based. It's a short season of Satan. Everything's inverted. Everything's, some sort of perversion in every way, shape, and form, including sexual. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not talking that in a prudish way. I'm talking that in a you know where I don't need to name words. They want to add that P to that LGBTQ. They want that fucking P in there.
Right.
And they could these are suckers of Satan's cock. They could get fucking beheaded, these fucking scumbags. You know what I mean? So we don't have to go there, but
yeah.
There was some killing. What did he just say? There was some killing. Yeah, casually. Yeah, casually. There was some fucking killing. I'll casually fuck. Whatever. We don't have to go there, but So if we are currently in a short season of Satan, and if there was in a somewhat recent history a millennial reign of Christ, heaven on earth, which is hard to comprehend, while we're currently in a short season of Satan, do you understand how there's juxtaposition of those things and how it could be hard to fathom certain things based on currently what we're living in? Do you understand? Do you think you could comprehend what a heaven on earth would actually look like? Do you seriously think you could comprehend that? A true golden era, a true heaven on earth, what it would feel like, and what you would have to, the spirituality you would have to within you to even exist? To even have an opportunity to be born in that type of situation, to be walking around in that type of situation. Do you understand? Do you think you have a clue as to how that works? And I'm saying you do or don't, but do you presume to have a clue as to what that would look like?
No.
Okay. I appreciate your honesty, because that would be a difficult thing to look at. And I'm not forcing you to put that type of answer in there because maybe we could envision it. Maybe if you thought of something that was beautiful, heaven on earth, maybe there would be lots of buildings all over and everything was wonderful and free and we didn't have to talk to each other. It was just telepathy. And I knew you so well and you knew me so well that we walked up and we were completely in love with each other. It didn't have to be sexual. But if we wanted to have sex, the sex was probably insanely fucking, we can't even imagine it, what it was like. They say sex is the law in the golden era. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Do you have any clue what that could possibly mean? Sex is the law?
No.
Do you have any clue what that could possibly mean? Right? Okay. Well, I have a hard time comprehending it myself. Because here it's sex. Oh my God, sex. Sex is the law. I'm like, God, that's so taboo. What are you talking about? Sex is the law. Well, maybe there's something to it. And I don't fully understand it. I heard Crow 777 say it one time. And it's been stuck in my head. I've been trying to contemplate it. They say meditation used to be more of a contemplation. You're fucking figuring out the world. You're thinking about the world. You're just sitting there thinking, contemplating. Not sitting there meditating, trying to be duh. I mean, meditation's cool. I've had some odd experiences from just focusing on my breath, imagining the universe is pulling the air out and pushing the air in. And it forced me into a samadhi situation where I felt incredibly connected to everything, which is a beautiful, blissful experience that I hope everyone gets to experience, because I could tap into that and know that I could give that to myself. So that could take desires away a little bit. Give you more when you don't have so much desire, you have more what's the word, not appreciation or attentiveness, it's acceptance. If you're not desiring, you're accepting of the situation, right? If I don't have the right girl that I want, if I feel like I need a certain hot girl and certain type of sex to complete me right now, that's desire, right? But if I know I have that shit within me to feel whatever I think I can get from that girl, it's within me. My cup is full, my cup is running over. So
I'm just gonna have to stop that.
And that's where the dumb bitch cuts me off. And I actually didn't. I was scared I was going to sound like an idiot, but I was actually kind of going on. I liked the way I sound right there. And that's sometimes you could be a fan of yourself. And whether she liked it or no one liked it, I'm here to motivate myself. This whole stream, this whole fucking life has nothing to do with anybody but me and God. My circle is small, Paul says, right? What I'm doing right now has nothing to do with you in this fucking war with OTW, Zetetic Warrior, and Karen B. This is me against me, you dumb fucks. I'm here to pump myself up so when the tippy tap comes, I know how to handle myself. This fucking stupid bitch cuts me off. For what? You couldn't just say, you're rambling, dumb fuck. Can we get to the mountain? Mountains are melting. You know what I mean? She just gets all scared, kicks me out. Her fucking pussy ass chat. Rob Cleveland still sucking her clit. Bunch of dumb fucks. Scared Christos away. Let's see what Paul and Slave's up to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll just let her talk. Now she's going to talk shit. She's going to laugh at me. That was stupid. You're an idiot. You're a dumbass, Karen.
I was just waiting for the melted brick thing to circle back.
Yeah, so why not just say that? Why not just say, mute me, pause me? Brian, stop. Hello, time out. Can we get to the melted bricks? No, she just kicks me out of her show, laughs at me. Fuck you, stupid fuck.
It just didn't. So... Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, I got this event I gotta make. I got a lot of things to do. I'm a dumb fuck. Mark Sargent. Cold War. What a dumb fuck he is. Mark Sargent's the worst of the worst. My spidey sense of tingle against that creepy fuck.
Hey,
Mark
Lord
Sargent.
Racer. Welcome to
Mark Sargent.
Appreciate you. And thank you for G5 memberships to the channel. Shout out to you, Lord Racer. Thank you for your support. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, Brian's such a deviant. He brought up sex. Oh my God. That's what she ends up saying. He brought up sex. I just couldn't take it. You guys saw there was nothing like crude and lewd about anything I was doing right there. I was hitting her with truth bombs and she just fucking got all scared, triggered. What a dumb fuck.
They got a fucking Bentley. They're doing interviews with all these rapper douchebags, pimping culture, right? Pimping, poisoning culture onto their own people. You know, then blame the white man. We always got to blame the white man at some point, right? If we don't blame the white man, we got to put the white man down. But all these bag chasing stripper hoes are always in countries where the white man created everything. You ever notice that? They're always running to the Western world. They're never in countries full of brown people. These bag chasers, right? It's always Western world full of Europeans and white people. While they say, again, I'm not going to argue for that side because you know that I'm a pink and white gorilla. So I kind of ride the middle ground. I don't identify with any of it. I just call the hypocrisy where it's at. If you're going to call me a white boy and then go on a 10-minute rant about white people being weak, well, I'm not going to defend it. Ass bag chasing stripper hosts to me who have no principles, rights, and freedoms. You know the game. So greetings, Mr. Wizard, Brian O'Shea. Just ride along with me here. We'll see how much we could deal with this. I pulled this up earlier, then I was like, I'm not even gonna go to it. And then I started talking about it and I pulled it up, and here we are. Now I'm gonna do a whole fucking rant on it. But
yeah, my own mom and dad are baggers.
What you saying?
Baggers. My own mom and dad are baggers. Bag chasers? They're carpet baggers or what?
Baggers, period. Any bag. Any bag. It's got something in it. They're materialistic. I want what's in that bag. I ain't picking door number one, I want all three doors.
Yeah, this guy's a bitch. I'm tired of these fucking fake ass wannabe street people who never been nowhere and done nothing that get on here and yap with the spirit of their mama. This guy is the male Oprah, right? They say I do fucking view, that I'm the male view over here. They can't get it right. Either I'm the male view or I'm the Rikers Island holding tank. So either I'm a ghetto piece of trash, gun boy, low life, trailer dweller, or, I'm the view. But this guy to me is the male Oprah. right? They never do nothing. They never stand for nothing. They never show you nothing. They just yap all fucking day, and they're way overpaid, right? So let's move on with it, because I want him to get to the part where he starts whining and crying and getting triggered and showing that spirit of his mama while he claims that we're all dogs and animals and we're real men.
Actually, I've actually seen you cam up before, right? And so you're telling me that you comfortable. I'm just curious because we all build differently. Maybe I got a fragile male ego. What the fuck is a fragile male ego? Ego is ego. Territory is territory. You don't let another dog inside of your house in order to be able to fill on your chick's shoulders and salsa dance on a fucking live stream. Where y'all from? Y'all ain't never had no fathers?
Hey, your mama.
Your father
Right.
never told you not to let.
Yeah,
it
no,
go?
that's the thing. It's not that I didn't have a father. I had a very abusive, controlling, domineering, egoic father. I didn't have a mama. So I never got that whole like attachment thing in me where I gotta like, be attached to the hip with some woman who I call my monogamous wife. He's another monogamy boy who won't tell the truth, right? I got him on that one day too, because I put it right to him. Anton, why are you always talking about pussy up here on these panels constantly? You're a monogamy boy. You got a wife. I don't get it. You're not talking about her pussy. It's always everyone else's. So what's the problem, right? So all these monogamy boys who swear to God that they're going to love a woman forever, then wind up broke up 6 months or a few years later and at court whining and crying. They don't understand what's going on. They say, Paulie never had a dad. No, I didn't have a mama, and that's why I don't have a mama at home. Ironically, because I don't have a mom at home, now I got somewhat of a mom at home. Jennifer's my new mama. I told her yesterday. Right? I'm like, I'm so thankful and grateful. I never had a mama. Right? Because now Jennifer, like she came in the trailer, she came out to see, you believe this woman? Comes out to see me, comes in here, cleans the whole place. Right? I go, I don't even feel she wants to do it. Right. And it's just also because she probably doesn't want to live like how I live. I understand that. Right. I'm a single man. I'm grotesque. I'm Shrek. But, ultimately I could tell it's because she cares for me also. And she wants to support me and help me. Yeah. So, that feels good. Right. Whatever that is, polyamorous, monogamous, I don't know what you call it, but our relationship feels good. There's trust there. There's a bond, and there's a care and appreciation on both sides. And I can talk about pussy as much as I want, apparently, and Jennifer's not going to treat me like she's my mama. Unlike that woman who was up there on the panel with him that one day, you should have seen her face. If picture could talk, right? Picture say 1,000 words. On that woman's face who was on the panel. I'm pretty sure they're broken up now, but I don't want to say anything incorrect. Let's move forward. Let's get this the hell out of the way.
Touch your chick's waistline.
And yes, Anton, I don't mind. You can come over. He's so goofy looking. I love these people who think they put a fucking Rolex on and grow a beard and put the goofy clothes on. Like he's an attractive man, right? Like I don't know what women find attractive. I'd have to ask Jennifer. Jennifer, is he an attractive man? To be honest, don't like fucking. Well, you're gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be honest.
Even just the whole like presentment.
He's
just goofy,
the whole
right?
presentment's not attractive.
Yeah, and I could be goofy. Yeah. I could be like clowning around, but just this is his serious mode. Like, hey, I'm real. I'm serious. I'm powerful.
You have to like put on this whole thing to.
Yeah, and something about those glasses. I don't know. Just the whole thing.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, Anton. No, I forgot to say what I was going to say. Anton could come over and dance with Jennifer or whoever's around because I'm not worried about it.
That is literally something that a woman would say. Fragile male ego. What the fuck is a fragile male ego? We built to be territorial. We monsters. We dogs. We savages.
He's a savage.
Don't you understand that?
He's got a lawyer that
war,
split up half his house.
The women and the children that you didn't take as trophies.
We got ego. We're savage. What's a fragile ego? This
fragile male ego.
He's gonna end up with the house. She's gonna end up with the kids and child support.
Nah, he was crying on one of these panels. That's where we first got into it. That's why he threw me out. This is from today. And he remembered me from that day, right? We only had one interaction, and he threw me out because I was bitching him up in front of his whole audience. But yeah, this is the fragile male ego where you yap all this shit like Oprah with a loud mouth. And then when we go to the court, you fucking put your head down and let another man speak for you while I'm there running good game the same way I do on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me over your crib and let me salsa dance with your chick, and then let's see.
That's fun. I don't mind it.
Cool.
That's cool.
Cool.
I don't think Jennifer's gonna leave me for Carlton Banks.
Keep
So I'm not worried.
whining and you'll show it. Listen, y'all. I think that white men. Let me be 100. Let me.
I love these guys who
This is
talk.
Oh,
what
here you go. Starting out with,
That's-
I think white men let me be 100. Okay.
White men are the weakest cuck type of dude.
So then I had to tell him, Anton, check the record, bro. Check the stats. Check the scoreboard. Right? I'm certified. I'm on the streets. All the shit you all like to talk, all your cultural street lingo shit, you know, that some of us grew up with, right? Like, yeah, I'm that. In this field, right? You can't call me a bitch and a beta and all the rest of it. Like, you're a beta cuck to the state of and Shaitan. The devil's your daddy. Right? Like what's his name says? Devil's your daddy. So, you know, all that follow God, not culture shit, that don't impress me. It don't faze me. I watch how motherfucker walks and lives and how they speak and what they care about, what's in their heart. So tell me all about the white people who are so weak when, you know, again, African Americans at this point culturally are completely hijacked, mind and heart controlled, just only really exist to feed a beast system and get benefits and privileges from that corporate fascist system. So let's not even get into that.
Yep.
You know, and again, we don't have to play the division game. See, this is why this is bad, Anton. You're a deceiver. You almost got me there for a second. I almost took up the position for these crackers, right? But let's just unite, okay? Let's just unite. There's some Panther brothers out there who might understand law. There's some Moors out there. They understand law, God's law. They're warriors, you know, in a garden, right? They're preparing on different levels. So why can't we have that conversation? There's some white boys down south and Midwest and all around who are, you know, preparing and standing on rights and freedoms and upholding God's law. If you're for God's law and not culture, why'd you throw me off? And why are you going into these racist rants? And why can't we have discussions about all of us being unified in rights, freedom, principles, and spiritual faith? Right. So I'm going to keep pushing this narrative now with him because he's a bitch. And I'm going to keep taking over his broadcast from a chat box. And I'm going to keep forcing his hand to put me back up on panel. And if not, I'm going to talk about him here. Maybe some folks will go back there and tell him he's a hoe because he reads the chat and he don't ever really respond, but he responds to me for some reason. I guess it was a memorable interaction for him.
In the world, white men, and no, I'm not stereotyping, this is really a thing, have a fetish for being cucks. Y'all feel comfortable enough for y'all chick getting fucked on by a black dude. That turns y'all on.
That's just Jews.
Yeah, so like let's have the discussion about mammalian behavior with Anton, who's like so low level consciousness he can't see unity without seeing division.
I wonder if
This is literally a culture who is known for having group sex events. Are you kidding?
I wonder if he's been involved in mutual masturbation. Can you confirm that, Jack?
Sir, please. Don't. This is a family broadcast. I'm saying it's well known in African American culture, training, right? 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on one woman. I know because she ain't yours. It's not the same thing, right? You know. So when it's yours, then it's cucking. I guess when you're in your ego, it's training. You know, but let's not play the game that like white people are into this whole we want a bunch of men in the room and one woman and that African Americans ain't into it. You just don't own it and talk about it. That's the difference. See, African Americans, a lot of them culturally are very insecure about sexuality and taboos, and they won't go into it and talk about it. White people, a lot of times, will just, you know, explore it, as they say, right? To use some Caucasian lingo, we explore that a little bit. You know, you folks are not really exploratory, right? Even historically, white folks are exploratory. That's why they take everything over, right? Black folks don't really explore too much. They don't really leave the ghetto, and they don't leave their islands. So let's have a war now. Let's start a war between black and white people. Are you down? We're claiming Rob Cleveland, though, for our side. If I'm going to have to identify with the white side, I'm claiming Rob Cleveland as one of ours.
Oh no.
You know why, Cleveland? Because they'll say you're not a real N-word because you believe in all their propaganda, worldly bullshit. So they're going to throw you out anyway. So we're claiming you up front.
Damn, you do make a point there.
Yeah, right. I mean, even Joe Biden said it. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He said that. He made that determination. So you already know you're cast out from the get-go. All right, let's hear him get triggered more about me. He actually goes on, and then he stops, and then 10 minutes later starts with my name again and starts whining and crying and getting triggered. Then he said he's going to make me famous and do a whole broadcast about me and white people.
All are the ones that actually failed this in society. All right, you wanted to go there? You wanted to come over here inside of the chat? You wanted to chat up hard and do all of this other type of shit? Okay.
Yeah, Todd, you're such a bitch.
Let's have
Then he told the moderators to block me in chat. Right? He's talking all this shit, won't bring me back up on panel because he got shook. And then he wants to, hey, moderators, you know what to do down there.
Are the failures in society. White men are the reason why white women then recruited black women in order to come over into the feminist movement. White men are the original MGTOWs. They're the ones that first created go your own way. White men are the weakest men in society today.
So we're weak because we became independent and went our own way.
At one point, y'all fucking came over here and y'all conquered this whole continent. The whole continent. Y'all fought for greatness. Allegedly. You went and finessed Africans into selling themselves over to y'all in order to be able to build a country. Don't you know how great y'all was at one time?
Wow.
You are a shell of your fathers. Listen, I think that black
so are you.
And black women is 1A and 1B as far as the greatest enemies of what's happening in society.
As far as society has gone downhill, everybody's a shell of their fathers.
Yep.
Listen, just let him, please. Just let him rant and let's get through this. And then I'm going to respond. And even it doesn't, I really shouldn't even be responding to any of this. But, you know, just try to let him dig his hole deeper and deeper as time goes on. Because, you know, he's getting pretty big now and he's showing himself more and more to be who and what he is. And again, the narrative doesn't fit. So he just took an opportunity to look at me and what I look like and went on a racist rant and diatribe, but never addressed the facts. On the record, you're a hoe. On the record, I'm the closest thing to God that you got because I go to jail over and over again and stand for something. You're a punk ass bitch who does a broadcast with Charleston White and all the rest of these people who, you know, got somewhere by talking, playing characters and actors, right? Never really did too much. Charleston White is in the community. He does community activism, so I'm not going to lump him in just because he was on that broadcast.
Well, yeah, and I'm kind of wondering if he's even going to mention God again, because you mentioned that earlier on. Follow God, not culture, right there on his shirt. And everything he's talked about so far has been the differences between cultures. Nothing's been about God at all.
Well, right, but this is why it is whatever you call the devil, the deceiver, because they sit there and masquerade as spiritually faithful folks and godly folks and religious folks, and they do whole kill, steal, destroy, divide rants about colorism. So they're color identified, they're culturally identified, and then they're going to make bizarre statements like, if we're going to do the color game and play the game, African Americans statistically are some of the weakest people in the system. Like naturally, they're probably some of the strongest, as they say. The melanated peoples, that's why sports is dominated by African Americans. And now I'm using their terms now. I can't believe I'm using their terms. It starts off as a bit. Now I'm like African Americans. Now I'm using their fucking terms like Barack Obama. Black folks dominate sports, right? Because they're some of the most physical people, right? As they did the Jimmy the Greek non-bit, where he was saying, well, black people got really hard skulls, you know, and we could go into that discussion. It's a bit non-bit, right? It doesn't matter. It's like, there's a reason why this shit happened. So I get it. You know, we could meet down the middle. African folks, black folks are probably some of the more physically powerful, dominant specimens. Do you want to then have a discussion about intellect and art and emotional control and the rest of it? Because I don't think you're going to win that one. right? You know, it's the European, regardless of what you think about them as another slave race, because this is one race of humans. There's not actually races, and they're all slaves, one way or the other, really. Historically, throughout time, all of them, fucking slaves, peasant slaves. If you ain't king, you're a slave. So
Didn't even be brought up.
Excuse me, sir. Thank you. So what was I saying, Rob Cleveland? It's like I try to make some kind of point and go somewhere with it. Maybe that's why Anton doesn't do panels. It's very infrequent. Yeah, so I was saying something about European folks and pretty much all of modern day civilization being created by and or dominated by Europeans, which of course are Caucasians. So, you know, again, every time there's a war with brown people anywhere, a brown on brown war, they're yelling for white people to come save them, is what I've noticed.
Yeah.
So let's not play this game, Anton, because see, this is what you all live for. You live to divide the slaves among color, and I can have that discussion. You'll lose there too if you want to play ego competition games, because you called me a white man. I don't call myself that, but I'll play the game. But we could just put that game aside and say, hey, we're all slaves. We're all numbered. You were bitching about barristers running your life and a court system running your life. I could agree with that. That's why I do what the fuck I do. And well, that's why you do what you do. Because you're a domesticated culture slave, idol worshiper, idol wannabe, American Idol. Right? I'm not one of those beings. You were saying? Someone was saying? Someone was bellowing. Hello?
Oh, who was?
Said, yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
I agree 100%, Paul. You nailed it.
This computer's gonna fucking overheat.
All right, I'm moving forward.
He shouldn't even load it up.
Give me a second.
Computer. And the stream. My computer.
And also, at some point, he went on to rant and he used the word stoic. I want to talk about the intelligent or pronounce the word stoic. Right? Doesn't exactly go well for stereo. This is what I mean. See, and this is why it's uncomfortable for Cleveland, because he's identified when we get into these games. He's like, man, how are you doing this? Acting like this, emotional, acting like Oprah, screaming, and then pronouncing words like you're intelligent.
Right? I could call on other people.
It just looks bad, black folks. You know, and again, this is what I encourage people. Not everybody who looks like you is your people, but don't do the whole color identification. It's every step. Watch. Everyone's talking for me today. I can't even get that thing. Go ahead, fellas. I go to people, no one says anything. I go to talk, people talk over me. I just want to do a broadcast. You know?
I was just gonna say some of us, our mom and dads aren't even our mom and dads anymore. Funny how that works.
Right. But that's God over culture. Right? Because there's the original culture is the family. That's the original Petri dish. Right? So it's God over culture. I don't want to be part of the Petri dish culture if it's not in line with the supernatural walk and way and understanding. So again, the Wizard has talked about this before, hate your father, whatever in the scripture. It's just an idea. It doesn't mean actually hate them. It means you should be rebuking the info scum.
Getting water. Hey.
He said.
You laptop's gonna get overheated.
Either, and you want to
maybe I'll drive
all your life.
You
Doesn't matter how much bag chasing
and
you do.
I'm getting
Stripper hoe. It's never enough. Because you folks don't know how to live within your means. So when you get to 100,000, you owe $1 million. When you get to $1 million, you owe 10 million.
I'll go grab some water.
That's the nature of the game. That's the nature of the way you fucking think and live. Because you're a house slave.
Get some electricity.
Never get off the plantation, one way or the other. Let's continue.
Yeah, buy some food there or something. So I'm not just taking.
You are the most fragile.
No.
The most fragile in society. I can call
I guess
you
I'll keep
anything.
it. Unless the
You
numbers
are the
drop
most
like
unprotected, fragile.
5 or below. I'll just end it. But
as a whole,
get some traffic. Maybe that doesn't appall or something.
Black people when it comes to how much money y'all make. Y'all women don't respect y'all. Y'all dicks are little.
Anton, now I don't try to go going every stereo about what well, I told him one day indirectly, and then we moved out. I said, like court. And it was terrifying. So again, you know, I did little. Okay.
Every it's no white person is begging for you. You are nothing.
Huh?
That's who I am and whatever he does.
None of you. The white men of today, I have zero respect for you. Zero. There is not a white man on earth that I have respect for. The smoke giver.
You know every white man on earth?
White man that can stand up to me. I dare you to go and protest somewhere. You'll be canceled tomorrow. We will find out where you don't have no protection.
Is that it's stronger to use this to cancel with political correctness. Been built as so fucking weak that you just say something, they get emotional, triggered their mom because they didn't have, and then got to use the system to get people canceled. What kind of logic is that?
That's logic,
right? This is of the state. That the state is your level. It tells you like you can.
Don't have no protection in your household. Your kids don't love you. Daughters is out here slumming trying to get some black dick. We don't respect none of y'all. No white man on the face of this fucking earth is respected. You know what our women do when our women can't get no more of us? When it's too many black dudes that's not dealing with the baby mamas, you know what they do? They go and find them hard ass motherfuckers.
No, that's not how it goes, Anton. You're remixing. When a woman can't feel true love and connectivity to life with folks like you, they go and find a nice little dick white man like me with big lips. Kiss love on, thank you, sir. I'm not done yet. Please help me. Help me help you. Okay, I really, because this is between, it's me and Anton, right? This is a me and Anton thing right now. We're the only ones in the room in my world, all right? Because I'm calling Anton out for being a bitch and a hoe and getting triggered and showing who and what he is while claiming that I'm that and other white men, whatever that is, are that. So that's not how that goes. When the baby mama's tired of folks like you, and you're, you know, I'm going to say it, Cleveland, forgive me. Your bad credit scores? Yeah, I said it. Okay? When the baby mom is tired of you and your bad credit, that big dick and bad credit, right? And that big mouth of yours with no heart, right? No real principles. You come find a little dick white man like me to love on and kiss on and be loyal to, right? Because I stand for something. You know, she thinks maybe I might like protect her and them women and children, not say this hoe ain't shit and embarrass her in public, because again, I don't stand for rights, freedom, principles, and got big dick but bad credit, and don't know the difference between stoic and stoic. I think stoic is a type of sauce. Stoic is a principle embodied usually by white men, ironically, throughout history. All right, we're back to the white and black game. So let's play the white. Come on down, play the music. The white and black game. So he can't pronounce stoic or stoic and doesn't understand stoicism was pioneered by white philosophers. It was predicated upon the idea of detachment, which was viewed as the ultimate strength and control over oneself and therefore one's own battlefield. You folks, see, we're doing the white and black game. We're going to trigger people here today. You folks wouldn't know about that. You get triggered on the subway, punch someone in the face, and go do prison time because you can't control your emotions. A lot of you. All right. And again, this doesn't start and end with black or white folks. It's a type of beingness. Right? It's a childlike beingness who, like he projected, really didn't have any men in the home. She had nothing but yapping, emotional women who would make the situation worse, exacerbate it, escalate it. Right? You never really had any stoic Anton. You never had any stoic men around who were able to take control of the situation and bring a calming, control, balance, and order back to the situation. With reason, logic, and understanding, and wisdom. Okay, so let's get back to it.
Because they know that you're gonna simp out for them. You have nothing. You have no power, no control over what goes on to the country. You are cucks, right? That's why y'all keep trying to say these hoes. That's why y'all was the first ones to create the MGTOW movement, because you was the first simps.
No, Anton, that's called being daddy. That's that father you talked about that you must have not had, because women are women. And again, there's women, there's bitches and hoes. We could talk about that. But guess what? Bitches and hoes are still women. There's a broken little girl there, just like there's a broken little boy in you. So it ain't simping and it ain't being Captain Save-A-Ho to try to give a woman some good game to take her out the streets and off of a toxic culture where she's selling her body and destroying herself and her family. That's not simping, Anton. See, you're tricking with all that money bag chasing and bullshit game you got, right? Which really, it ain't that good game to someone like me who knows the truth, right? See, folks like you, the game is to be sold, not told. You don't even know the game. But your fake ass game, you're trying to sell it, not even tell it, right? I just tell it all. So that ain't simping or tricking to be a man and to lead a woman where she needs to go, not where you want her to go, because you all want to pay for pussy. So you'll sit there and say, you are all simping and you shouldn't try to Captain Save-A-Ho, then go out to the bar and try to buy your way into some pussy with drinks and whatever the fuck else. Right? So let's just call it as it is. You don't know what a man is. You don't know how to lead. And you are so egoic, you see division where there's only unity, and you see unity in division. Black and white games.
You were the first simps. You have nothing. Nothing. You have no power. You can't control nothing. You losing your jobs. Y'all getting me too'd. Right. And when I see you punk ass motherfuckers,
I don't get that.
I'ma just walk right past you and I'ma laugh at you.
Oh, he just said when he sees you motherfuckers, white people apparently, because he's off on a racist rant. At family court. Why are you at family court, Anton? There you go. Because see, I didn't even hear this part. I just stopped it at the part we started talking about me, and I figured we'll listen to it all later and see how far it goes. So he remembers the day I came up months back when I was on the other land and talked about family court, how he's a hoe. Now he wouldn't see me there because I wouldn't be there. And if I was there, I wouldn't be there under the same circumstances as him with another man speaking for me. Because that's what hoes do, Anton. You said you go to family court and got a lawyer because now see that face, how angry and bitter. Don't matter how much bag you've been chasing, right? Pussy and bags you've been chasing. I was going to make a joke there, but it's a family broadcast. I won't get into it, the comparison. It doesn't matter how much of that you chase and how much you think you got. You're angry and you're bitter and you're resentful and you're powerless. So you're going to project false strength because when you go to family court, you got to have a white man speak for you, Anton. Ain't no black lawyers at that court worth anything. You know it. Come on, Anton. Oh, did Cleveland leave? I didn't want to trigger Cleveland. Cleveland, are you triggered over this white-black discussion? I'll stop it right now. Okay. Cleveland is my official African-American ambassador and correspondent here. I don't want to trigger him. But Anton, cut it out. You know you got to go get yourself a nice Jewish lawyer when you go to court, because those are guys who make things happen. Oh, let me get it in here for Anton's face in case he sees this. He's too important to remember me or watch me or have panel discussions with me. But you got to go get yourself a nice white Jewish lawyer when you're at family court, right? Yeah, right. There ain't no black lawyers at court worth anything. Typically. I don't want to be stereotypical, but from what I've seen, all the good lawyers, all the good scum who are good at like manipulating and getting you what you want and need because you can't do it yourself, you punk ass bitch, because you're a hoe at court and on the streets, you got to go get a white daddy to pimp for you at that court, put that suit on and spit that good game so that the judge gives you half or more of your shit back, right? So let's keep it all the way real. We're African Americans always say we like to keep it real. Let's keep it all the way real about white and black. So go to the court full of white people who run your fucking life, goofy, and go hire a white man to be your daddy and speak for you, goofy, at court, and then talk about white and black people, who's weak and who's not. So I don't fall into that category. I'm not on either side. I'm not a weak black bitch, and I'm not a weak white bitch with a costume on, right? So I'm not on either side.
Hey, you keeping it real? I ain't been triggered. I just, you know, it's almost bedtime for me.
All right. I figured that, Cleveland. Go get some rest, man. If you got to get rest. This is a hard-working African-American man. All right, let's get back to it.
Y'all going to jail.
Uh-oh.
Now you out here trying to murder and kill y'all chicks now because you have no power whatsoever. You're nothing. You're but a smidgen in this country.
Triggered.
You're being overtaken. You can't control your borders. You don't even know how to vote right. Most of y'all women are literally.
When did this all become a white country, by the way? This is the level of
he's making it sound like it's all white.
I don't even know if this guy knows what he's talking about, honestly.
No, he doesn't at all. But this is like, again, the level of 2,000 live viewers, millions of subscribers, all the, you know, popular folks of the time nowadays are on these people's broadcasts. I don't mean you people, these people, like those people. I mean you people, these people, like worldly infidels. I don't do the colorism game. Right. But since he wants to do the colorism game, I figure it's quite fun because usually when African-American folks are yelling like this and screaming and emotional, there's very little facts to what they're saying. And if they would just observe the facts, we could all get better instead of just dividing and playing us versus them, this versus that games.
That's it.
Each other. So it's not a white or black country. America is the one place where it's supposed to be. We're all created equal. And then you remain equal by your character and your merit. If you're a dishonorable, bad faith heathen, you get treated as such. Okay? So, you know, maybe we might want to think about that.
Going into these indoctrination camps, and the thing that we need to protect ourselves against is your influence, because you one of the reasons why black women felt comfortable enough to go over to the feminist movement in the first place. You nothing to me. You're absolutely nothing.
So it wasn't the control, domination, ridiculous rates of prison time and recidivism in the African-American community, the fatherless homes. It wasn't the need for benefits and privileges and welfare systems and all the rest of it. It was white men who convinced African-American women to go over to the feminist movement. It wasn't literally the young black men driving young black women out of the households and out of the community into other political parties and communities to seek refuge, essentially, because they believed what you taught them. Because again, what the men believe, as you just espoused, is that the system's where all the power is. You just said that. So if you taught black women that, then black women would go to the system and other quote unquote colors and cultures to seek refuge cultural theses. Because one thing we know is all cultures, culture is a toxic disease on this planet right now. Okay. I don't mean African culture. Follow me closely. I mean, right? Billionaire promoted and funded, pushed by white folks at the top, toxic street level thug gangster prison culture that I grew up in and around, saw firsthand the wages of, because it was colorless on the street. It's a state of mind and beingness, right? It's a culture that's colorless. It's just dominated by black folks. So I found myself with the drugs and the gangs and the jails and all the rest of it, because I thought that was my culture, right? Growing up in New York, as they say, with certain music and certain kind of people living and walking and talking a certain way. We all started to believe that's who and what we were at the core. And many of us, white, black, and different, suffered for it by our own choice. So if you had any honor, you'd be not only not dividing white and black people, you wouldn't be shitting on white people. You'd be taking accountability for the African American community, whatever that is, and the African American culture, whatever that is. And you'd be ranting and railing against that and saying that typically in the inner city, the biggest threat to another black male is another black male. It's not really white folks coming into African American communities shooting and killing everybody's children. It's other young black men doing it. So let's get really real with ourselves and each other, Anton. Let's work together and let's destroy toxic culture regardless of the color, because culture, the root word is cult, right? So we don't need cults regardless of color, and we don't need mass death and genocide and slavery and mind and heart control and toxicity. It's one thing to listen to the music and to get a spirit from it. It tells a story about a real reality. It's another thing to promote this and live like this and divide and act like there's some strength to it. And then the other side of that be a civilized African-American who thinks there's power in using the system. You have to find a middle ground, Anton. You can't be a gang-banging a street thug lowlife, and you can't be a house slave, house Negro who works with the white man to use the system to disempower everybody. You got to hit a middle ground with us, right? We have to be honorable, good faith men of principle who uphold God's law and God-given rights as Americans first, colorless, Anton. Or get the fuck out and go back to the motherland, Africa, and tell us all about what you and the rest of the brown folks are going to do for the community, because I don't see it. I don't see communities on any level. I see a bunch of individual, divided, disempowered, toxically cultured slaves.
You got to look at what information he's looking at that he comes to this opinion. I mean, I think he's way off base totally in what he's saying.
He's pushing a narrative.
Yeah, well, that's why someone came on the Paul and Slave channel today, because I did a double music live, and they said this channel's going down fast. I go, where have you been? I've been shadow banned since the beginning. I went and got to a certain number of subscribers. Everyone heard about me and knew about me in this community. I went on many different broadcasts, and then stuff happened. I never got any growth, and I started losing subscribers, and they started blocking my channel and making false claims, and I had to move over. They started playing games over here as well. So there's a reason why that's done to me for just talking and upholding God's law and God-given rights and principles. And then they want to now say, I'm the ghetto low-life trash because I play certain music and videos early in the morning to show a reality and to trigger folks and to start a conversation. And because, yeah, it's part of, I guess on some level, who I am or who I became or what my life has become, right? Because again, I grew up with this culture and this idea, this identity. I think I've moved beyond it in a lot of ways. I think that I've changed my life and what I stand for, but it's still there because again, it's rooted in an idea. It's a street idea of men of honor. This is an Italian thing. It's an Irish thing, right? You can call it a black thing. There's certain men on the street who carry themselves a certain way. They don't care about policies and codes, and ultimately they're going to do what they want. So you better hope that they're good men who stand true and have principles. And that's why I say we need that, because it's not about ego and bravado walking around town with your nuts hanging, right? You really shouldn't be doing that anyway in front of the creator and the creation. The idea is you have to stand for something to feel like a man in this realm. And a lot of times in culture, the good citizen is not that. It's men on the street who don't observe the everyday codes and policies. They live by their own rules. They live by their own codes, their own agreements, and it's about honor. If you say something, you do it. If you don't, there's discipline. Okay? So it's not about gangsterism and thugism. It's about what was once an idea that has turned into that, where you have to police yourself and your community. You have to support each other. You have to discipline yourselves and each other in various ways, if necessary. If not, then they're going to come in and do it for you. And we know who that is. And when they do it, okay, whether it's, the original pimping, proper instruction motivates people, as I'll put it forth now, which is raising folks up in God's law and not wavering. You can't serve two masters. So, go talk to the Islamic folks, the 5% black folks, Anton. Go talk to some of the Black Panthers, Anton, not the racist scum like you. Go talk to the ones who came up in those communities and understand the same principles I'm talking and would probably give their life or go to a box to stand on it. Color aside, you ain't that.
To me, at all. I have no respect for you. Not even a little bit. You weak. You're weak. And your dick is little. I don't like that for your fragile male ego.
He's gonna double down on that.
How dare a white man sit here and try to have a conversation with me? I know what you look like. I know where you from. I seen you cam up before. You corny, bro. Don't ever.
That's why you got scared and threw me out.
Think that you can have a conversation with me.
He's too good.
We not the same.
He's too
you
cool.
weak. We take what
too
we
strong
want.
and cool.
We take what we want.
Right. You're a bitch.
And if he say anything disrespectful in the chat, y'all know how to deal with it.
There you go.
Because guess what?
There you go. He just gave the moderators a nod with his systemic mindset that they should block me and censor me. Because even from a chat, I'm more powerful than you. You take what you want. You don't take shit. Come on here and tap dance for the masters, shuck and jive like a house slave, collect a bag, and then go back to your bullshit lifestyle. Don't stand for nothing. Then go to family court, get your shit taken back by the white man. Right? Yep. I don't live like that. So that's the difference. Again, another person using color, a mask, right? This is another blackface actor who's going to tell my story and call it his. I take what the fuck I want. Have you not noticed? One way or the other, good, bad, or indifferent, for rights and freedoms and principles, or when I was on the street being a scumbag lowlife. I take what the fuck I want. So, and it's not about even glorifying that in a negative way. When it comes to a positive, right, that's a virtue. Standing for what's true and what's right, unwavering, and stepping out into that power and saying, these are my God-given rights and freedoms, and you ain't going to have them, right? I'm taking that back. I'm going to stop giving that away, or I'm taking that back. You don't live like that. You don't live like that on the street, and you don't live like that when it comes to metaphysical, spiritual, or American principles.
He don't even have no power over here. He watching us to see how it is that we moving because we taking over everything. We taking over everything. Now.
Stop bitching.
You ever taken any dance classes?
I used to compete in bouldering dancing.
Hey,
let me go. Let me fast forward.
You and Ayla.
I had to take.
Yeah.
I promised y'all I was gonna give y'all a great show today.
Great show, Anton.
I promised y'all I was gonna give y'all a straight show today. Listen. The one thing that you can say about me, you can say a lot of things, but the one thing you can't say about me is that I do not discriminate. I don't care if you're a black man, a black woman, a white man, a white woman. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Now, if you want me to read you for filth and tell you who you really are, then show up and say some egregious shit. And I'm going to deal with you accordingly. If you want me to read you for filth and tell you who you really are, show up and say something egregious and I'm going to deal with you accordingly. You can get it too. You can get it too.
Exactly.
Oh, you guys over here
Isn't
just
that
fucking
weird?
perfect
I
forms?
haven't done it in so
Let me
long.
fast
Wait, what
forward
kind of
back to where I was.
Easy.
True. I should have turned up the R&B.
It's with another man.
I was getting.
That's how I knew, man. She started flexing them shoulders and them traps. I was like, that's not fucking playing.
I was getting footage for his next puck video on me. Thanks.
Oh my God, he let his wife dance with another man.
Abba is smart. Abba is smart. You may not necessarily agree with his takes. You may not necessarily agree with a lot of the different things that he does. But the one thing that we know for sure is that Abba is smart enough to actually know exactly what the narrative is going to be. And he knew what he was doing. If Abba and Destiny is friends, then this is not the type of friend that you want because he's embarrassing you in your own crib. Maybe they're not friends. Maybe they just jumping on a live stream. And this is why a woman then feels comfortable enough where she feels like she needs to hug him in order to make, oh, honey, because I love you. You don't really care about it. And then meanwhile, she'll go over there and take the whole D. She'll go, look, no, I gotta hug you, honey, because we were just playing. Deceit, the original deceivers. Abba is not Destiny's friend by doing that because he's smart enough to know what the narrative is going to be as a result of it, and that's why he did it. Come on, man.
What?
It made it sound like we was grinding or some shit. Like, yo, chill, be easy.
True. I should have turned up the R&B.
Yo, you could put a lot of crazy music.
I
in
should
there.
probably try that sometime for real.
What?
So, like, just to see, because I just need to like know the basic steps.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, have you ever heard of
Why y'all keep, hold on, wait. Y'all keep telling me that, Anton, it's okay because Destiny is bisexual and in an open relationship. Bro, y'all got, but it is the same thing, bro. Nothing at all.
I'm sure move
Now
ahead.
watch her. He touch him on the.
He does a little bit sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah, that was pretty much it. He went and said one more thing here, and then I'm going to move off of it. He might have said more, but I'm not going to go through all the middle of it to find it again. He could say whatever. It just proves that he got triggered and remembers me and, throws me out and talks a whole bunch of shit, but won't have me up. And it's not about me and him. It's about the truth. All right. The truth is powerful. So when you bring it on these panels, they get into their insecure ego and they try to use control and moderators and throw you out and paint narratives about white and black and all the rest of it. Political narratives, spiritual narratives, and none of it's real and true. If it was real and true, you'd have me right there in your face like I do with everybody, and you'd welcome the interaction. You'd welcome the questioning, the controversy, interaction. You don't do that because you're a bag chaser. So cut that God shit out. I'm sick of all these people claiming God and all the rest of it. The worldly, reprobate infidels chasing money and pussy. And then they can't even be honest about that. Where are we at here? Oh, yeah, okay. I think this should be where it was at, and then we'll move past it. I'm over it. I'm sure you folks are too.
All because of a dude named Paul and Slade. Don't worry about it. We gonna get there. It's your turn, white men. White man. White man. It's your turn, white man. We coming in y'all neighborhoods. We putting barbecue pits on the fucking lawns. We gonna kick over your kids' toys.
I bet you ain't gonna do none of that.
Over your kids' toys.
I bet you ain't gonna do none of that.
We gonna fuck on y'all women because you
Nope.
know they love to do. They love to do. Don't worry about it. I get you. I'm gonna put together a whole live stream just because y'all let a motherfucker named Paul Unslave get out of the insane asylum and he wanted to have this conversation.
Now, I find that interesting too, because it's like, again, maybe another coincidence that I read too much into it. Because I've talked about at one point, my father, back when I was using certain substances and having conversations about consciousness and interdimensionals. And, I was just posing questions. I wasn't saying I was seeing things, hearing things. I was just questioning the nature of consciousness. Are there multiple consciousnesses here, interdimensional, off planet? And that was crazy talk. So I was taken to an insane asylum and I was let out rather quickly, proving I was not actually insane by their metric. So I just find it an interesting coincidence that these folks either seem to know about me or are saying something offhanded that's kind of a coincidence.
Yeah, synchronicity.
Yeah, so like I don't know what that means is because y'all want to let someone like me out of an asylum. Now something has to happen. What, like, because this is what I found in this is I'm not egoic, and I never thought I was this powerful and had this much control over other people's inner space with truth. And I find more as this goes on, I must be a very powerful, enlightening being because I get even folks who have millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of live viewers just from a chat box to make whole broadcasts about me at some point, and then make comments as if they know who I am or I don't know. It's very bizarre. It's a very bizarre experience. I'm bringing you through my experience and just kind of giving you how it would look and feel to see this and go, well, this would be the walk of truth. The closer you are to it, and the more that you have it, the more it's going to affect folks like that. I think that's why I enjoy it, because on some level, God or whatever you create force smiles a little bit every time these folks trip over their own words and their own ego bullshit and expose themselves for who and what they are while claiming them high consciousness. unless saying they follow this world, in which sense, because culture is of the God of this world. It would seem to me.
Okay. Remember.
He's mad.
You did this.
I did
not
it.
me.
What are you gonna do, Anton?
You did this.
I wonder how much these people are Masonic and work with the system and know more than they let on about. And I don't mean Masonic in a general sense, like all Masons are evil. Like, I mean dark Masons, pun intended, I guess. Black Masons, dark square Masons. I wonder how many dark Masons there are who actually know, you know, because I've seen some of the symbols and I've heard some of the lingo, and I don't know, where there's smoke, there tends to be fire. And when you see folks with all the top rappers and other folks, you start to wonder, well, who gave them the entree? Is it a genuine growth and development from the bottom up, or is it an actual plant type person? Because it's not what you know, it's who you know oftentimes. So I just find it curious. But we'll see what Anton has prepared for me, what he has planned for me, because they should have never let me out.
No time is coming, white man. I got it. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue. We have another black man.
All right, I think that's pretty much. I'm gonna go. Your thoughts for now. Let's see what you got, Anton. I'm a gambler. You shouldn't, if you know anything about me, presuming you do. Maybe it's a coincidence, and you're just real angry for some reason. Yeah, I'm interested to see what you got for me and all your little buddies and friends.
Except for demonstrating who he was, I don't think that was very even listening to me.
Yeah, he's certainly not somebody that's going to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just like calling out punk ass bitches like him and the rest of them.
Yeah,
I want to see you. No. I want to see you come do something to me, or have something done and feel like some kind of man. Because you might be able to have it done, but that don't mean you're going to come do it. And I'll say, yeah, they did it, but you didn't.
Well, yeah, and that's where he placates that all the white men are getting their shit taken, yet he's the one going to family court having his kids taken. All right? How's that work?
Hey, Paul, I'm sharing that. That's the thumbnail for my restream today.
Man, Talcott. You're going in on the thumbnails lately.
Well, you know, God is interesting, man. So, yeah, I pulled it. That was the clip for the thumbnail. Sharing time with my brother from another mother, and this brother Anton, what the hell is he saying? It sounds like I'd like to have some conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal a line from Talcott. I would love to fucking meet you face to face. Fucking punk ass black bitch. You want to play that white and black shit? I don't give a fuck. There's real motherfuckers on the ground, colorless, who know you're a punk ass bitch. And I'm not saying I'm like that. I'm just saying you ain't. So stop talking like you are and stop making this a black or white thing. You're a punk ass bitch. You never been nowhere and done nothing. You let other men talk for you. I at least get respect in the street because I go to jail over and over again. What do you think black people are going to respect more, Anton? The color of your big black dick or the color of that fucking rap sheet and how I talk and walk and what I stand for, which is more for them than you do, you black house slave.
He's one of the ones they're going to house him in one of their cells for at least a week to train him how to act in the room.
What I want to see is I want to see him share that conversation with Wes Watson after you and I have had conversations with Wes Watson, of course. But
yeah, Wes Watson, they could listen. They could both beat me up. I'm not going to play games like about beating up and physicality. Okay, Anton can beat me up. Wes Watson can beat me up. Great. And I'm going to sit there and go, you're both bitches for this reason. And I'm going to tell them like I tell everybody, don't fucking come at me with the bullshit. Right? I don't care who you are. This is the same standard and metric for everybody. I'm a man. You're a man. God-given rights. Boom. We're done. Have the conversation. If you don't get what the fuck I'm talking about and you won't stand on it, you're a punk ass bitch or you're retarded. Accept it. Okay? Your development and growth has been retarded and arrested. You're not a man to me. Give a fuck. You point to your muscles, your cars, your pussy, and all the rest of it. I don't give a fuck. You gave it all to me tomorrow, I still wouldn't give a fuck. Okay? It's about what's in here. What's in here and what's in here and what the fuck you stand on. That's what's going to make you or break you one way or the other at the end of this. Right? Everyone keeps forgetting you got to go to the end of this. sit on your fucking deathbed and look at what you've done and not done, you punk ass coward. How dare you talk to me in a chat or anywhere the way you do and play your game with me? Like you said, you could sit up on your broadcast because you got control. The creational force knows the truth. How dare you disrespect me and blaspheme me and the truth and what I stand for and walk with, you black house slave hoe. You don't do nothing. Go to court, talk to your white daddy who's going to be your lawyer, and hope that he gets you half of your shit given back to you by your masters. I don't move that way. And I suspect if I ever have to go to jail or prison, then black folks in there are going to respect me a whole lot, hell of a more than they respect someone like you. That's what I'm riding with.
Paul, this could be a perfect opportunity. We don't know what the opportunity is yet, but it's interesting.
It could be a great opportunity. The reason I went up there originally was to build with him, and he didn't want to build. He wanted to destroy. So let's have at it, right? You want to talk about, all this other high power shit? Let's have at it. I'm built to be destroyed. I've been kamikaze since day one. Check the record. That's why you all say Paulie's like 5150. The asylum let him out. Whatever. I'm crazy like a fox. I'm not dangerous to nobody except myself, maybe at one time. Okay. And I'm dangerous to motherfuckers who want to take my rights, freedom, and property metaphysically.
Hey, brother. Amen. Here's one thing. I don't know if we differ in this idea or not, but I see this guy and many others, they're knuckleheads who have risen up and they do have some reach, so if we can convince them, show them that they've kind of misled themselves in this pursuit of chasing the bag.
I can't find it because it'd be ridiculous to go through all that. It's months ago. But if you see the way it came up, I addressed him with respect. I said, Anton, could I just give you my understanding of how this all applies? I started laying it out. He started acting like a little hoe and asking questions to get to a certain answer and then talking over me and saying, nobody wants to live like you out on the land. You're in a truck right now in a tent and blah, blah. I said, Anton, get away from that. I understand how that looks, right? It's about what I'm getting to, and it's about what the fuck I'm walking away from, okay? He didn't want to hear it. And then he went to shitting on me, talking down on me, saying I was poor and broke. I couldn't get no pussy, and then started showing money and threw me out to try to punk on me. It don't work like that, okay? Not where I come from and what the fuck I know. And when you're reduced back down to nothing and you got nothing to point to, they're going to say, who are you and what are you about? Yeah, you ain't shit. And they're going to treat you like a slave. I don't care if it's in a fucking box or at court. One group's going to do it or another. Either you keep to yourself and be respectful and do your fucking time. You want to pop shit, you're going to get shown you're not a fucking man. So don't act like that, right? Don't play that position on a metaverse.
I just noticed Lou is here.
Greetings, Lewis Creature.
And Brian.
Hi, kids. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Fortunately.
Notice, Bear, your volume's real low, man.
My volume's low. Hold on.
No, not yours. Yours is way too loud, Lou.
Oh.
Yeah, that dude's just running a script, man. That's all he's doing. He's just trying to divide, man. Divide everybody. That's what I see from him.
Well, that's cool. Every time I get a chance with whatever the fuck I have, I'm going to use it to go after motherfuckers like this. And it's he says, we all got ego. Okay, I'll accept the premise. I got ego. It's super ego. I'm going to work for God's law and God's purpose as much as I perceive it. And I'm going to do my own remix on that, right? Because I have my way of presenting that a certain way. That's my personality. I can't get away from that, really. Yeah. So again, I have no hate for him. I don't need to replace him. I don't need to destroy him. I don't need none of that. I came on there to build with him. He wants to play games. When I go back in the chat and call him out, he wants to address me again and say he's gonna make me famous and do whatever and something. Go ahead. Let's get to it. I love it. I love the action, right? I don't even have to win. I just love the action. That's what makes me like that. What you all say crazy, right? I do shit just on the strength of it because it's true and right to me, and I love the action. I don't even give a fuck how it turns out.
Hey, you guys hear about that guy, Curtis Stone? He lives in Canada, and he's supposed to go to a conference. He just He was to speak at a conference in Texas, but they wouldn't allow him in the United States because the people of the conference paid for his hotel and plane fare, and they considered that restitution. He's completely legal otherwise. And he's bringing up the point that all these migrants are coming in all over the fucking place, just getting in, and he's completely legal, and he can't get in the country. They denied him entry.
So we're gonna do this now, like the whole migrant versus citizen slave. They're all a bunch of slaves, one way or the other. But the slave that's already like legal, as you know, it's already like they're gonna hoe that one out. You know what I mean? Like, we don't care about you. We got these new hoes that are coming in that we got to kind of mac on and get them ready to put out on the track. So, yeah, like they're always going to treat you or Jack Talcott, you know, like a deadbeat hoed out slave because you've been on the clock for a long time, right? They got new hoes and new slaves coming in who they got to be there for, right? So they got to prep them and primp them and get them ready. Yeah. You already know the game. You've been down for a while, so you don't get that much attention and care.
It's just nuts. It's nuts.
Hey, this thought just came into my head. Maybe you've thought of this before, but
hey, hold on real quick, Talcott. Hold that thought for a second. I'm sorry. John, are you still riding around without plates and being a fucking crazy white man out there?
Yeah, I took my longest trip this morning. I had to go to the I took a drive to the reservation, then passed a couple cops on the way, and they never noticed anything. So everything's still.
They're so fucked when it's not white gorillas like me doing this shit. They love to come up on someone like me or the goblin sure smell like reefer. He got dreadlocks and I, you know, whatever. But they're so fucked when like Jennifer starts doing this, when John starts doing it, when Talcott, because they go, these are normal, well-to-do, everyday white people. What's happened here? Where did we go wrong? Right?
There's only one reason for me to be doing what I'm doing, because it's the right thing to do.
Right. And when you start having regular, successful, well-to-do, middle-class people come to court, gotten a record, they're so fucked. It's going to fuck their whole public relations bullshit campaign that everyone knows about anyway, and it's going to fuck the books and the records up. They can't have it. So I'm saying it's regular, normal, and druggies. They're not going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it. I really don't.
And that's exactly the truth. I mean, John and I don't know all of John's story. I know mine. I was part of the system. You know, I've shared that. So for people who have been part of the system and they built themselves foundations and security within the system,
Good. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I thought that was really cool, man. The interaction or how you're breaking it down. I mean, I got to work on being more critical towards it. All I do is like, great job, all right, you said it all. But no, man, I thought that was cool. That dude's got how many millions of followers, or whatever it is. Right. I'm just saying, I like how you handle this shit. What's up with that wrench I see down there in chat that I have? You gave me a wrench, Paul? How'd you come to that decision? I heard. I could rap. Yeah. Grape juice. Mm-hmm. Right. And then I asked the chat to help me too, like put in there, O'Shea, we need it over here, in case I'm like eating a burrito or something. I can't see everything. But yeah, got you. Yeah. I feel like that's my calling in life. Oh, that's Dan. Dan almost killed himself. So I think that was Dan Cummings. Sent me a text that he said he almost died. He was in the hospital, a bunch of tubes in him and shit.
Yeah.
So I know I'm not like every other quote unquote drug counselor because I'm not one, and I'm going to sit here and tell you to sublimate addictions.
The girl at 7-Eleven told me that weed is not a drug today. You know,
Right, I understand. It doesn't matter. The point is you have a habit of mismanaging whatever you have and mismanaging your life with it. So it's a you thing. But with that said, it probably wouldn't be a problem as much. Wouldn't be as much of a mismanagement at all for whatever the shit you keep going back to is. That's like your DOC, as they say. That's going to kill you. So the other shit, you know, if you go to some reefer, it's not going to kill you, at least short term. Long term, it might affect your lungs and your breathing if you're smoking it. But at least we could get some time in between where you're not like ending up in the hospital, tattoo in your face, going to jail, you know. The usual shit.
Yeah, I haven't been to jail, so doing good on that end. I'm trying to continue with getting to a like the whole thing goes back to what happened where I was charged with domestic violence. You know, the whole world was turned upside down, and I'm not at home.
Dan, it's done and over with, Dan. I told you months ago to get the fuck away from that goofy bitch, and you didn't listen because you like to trust your thoughts and your feelings.
Well, you told her to get away from me too.
Sorry, you're the man. I know that that's a hard concept for you to conceive of because no one told you that or gave you that role. I'm giving you that role. You have to be a man for yourself.
I'm not that
Don't
strong.
tell me about what I told the goofy bitch who you're fucking. I ain't fucking her. You are.
I'm not that strong of a man.
No, you are, because I see what the fuck you keep putting yourself through, and it's more than most people, and you keep getting through it one way or the other. So you happen to be a very strong motherfucker. You just like to choose your own suffering.
I have a weak vessel.
No, you're just impulsive and compulsive and haven't learned self-control and self-discipline, and you won't choose to either, because you won't take my suggestions.
I don't think I have enough of time with you guys on the program to really have it help me as much as I need the help I need. I need a lot of help.
No, you don't need help. You need to start helping yourself. You need to become your own best ally. And it's easier upside down again than it is to go get it. You got to get the money. You could probably go down the street and get a bag of reefer bed, but I guess still want the action, right?
No, it's the environment that I'm living at right now, and I'm not really in a place where it's like a place that I guess I got this coping problem with things that have happened and people that say shit like Brian over here who like to not fuck but like things when he says
dude, didn't I tell you that Brian has his own life like we all do? I told you that I care about you. You may not feel it or believe it, but I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Am I looking for you? Am I going to look for you, or are you coming here? I don't mind it. I like having you here. The point is I got my life, you got yours, he's got his. Doesn't mean we don't think about each other from time to time, but just because someone ain't looking for you don't mean they don't care about you, and you shouldn't be needy of that.
You're right. But the way I see it is, you know, things that bother you, you know, you have to live with that. You don't want to be a loser, you know.
You're being selfish, Dan. This is one of the This is one of the qualities of this lifestyle you're living is you're being selfish in a negative way. There's a positive form of kind of being selfish, like centered in self, where you prioritize your growth, your development, your sobriety. You're being selfish where he's got his own walk, dude. He's an ex-druggie. He's considered an addict. Like, you don't leave him space to live his life and try to figure his life out, get a stable job and career, pursue his comedy, and not be a loser failure all of his fucking life like the rest of us have always been? Why the fuck can't you give space for him to do what you won't do for yourself if he's choosing to do that? Why won't you work with him to get to a space where you do that with him instead of worrying about why he's not there with you, fucking his life up more?
Because it's really bothering me, the shit that he said to me about my nephew, that I killed my nephew, and that shit sticks with me. Now I get that, Dan. That fucking friendship with him, but he really did say some shit.
So did you mean that, Brian? And be honest about it.
The only thing is, I mean, if you want to get in the details of, I heard of it where the kid was being pushed, like, come on, you don't want to be like your father. You know, they're hot, they're hiking. He's like, come on, he's pushing the kid. And I'm not, you know what I mean?
That doesn't mean that he caused him to kill himself, Brian. You can't make a statement like that to somebody and you not put yourself in that position. Just because he's using tough love on him or trying to push him in it.
Said anything like that shit, Brian, came from you. And I kind of try to take it on the chin, bro, but I ain't strong enough, bro. I ain't able to overcome shit.
Yeah, but you can't. That's your own thing too, because anybody could say anything, and unless you believe it, it doesn't affect you. So you must have believed that already, somewhere in you, that you either could have done more or didn't do enough, or you weren't the man you needed to be to set the right example. All that may be true. It doesn't matter. You didn't have anything directly to do with that. This is a long line of systemic failures inside of each self, and it causes people to become weak in certain moments and harm themselves and others. So it's one pattern over and over again, right down the line.
I was walking down the street the other day, and a guy had a shirt on that said, "If you live in the past, you're a loser." And I think, well, that's kind of fucking harsh, ain't it? Like, some people can't overcome some tragedies that, you know, transpired.
Dan, when you're in the middle of going to get fucking dope and using it, you ain't thinking about them tragedies. If you took the same amount of time, energy, and attention, to focus on something in your life and you wouldn't be having time to sit around and think about what the fuck happened already. You'd be doing something different, and you'd put time in between, and you'd start feeling different, and you'd be living more and more different as time goes on. So because you want to say, not work a program, not work at a career, not apply yourself completely or dedicate yourself to anything. You have a lot over what the fuck done or done wrong, and there's a lot of shit to look at, but none of that's going to change it. It's part of your bullshit excuse system, right?
Natural part of trauma.
No. You know yourself by now enough to know that if you don't get your ass in gear, you're going to destroy yourself. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. You have never heard that? You see Chubby Lewis out there, 60 years old, hoeing the field? Because if he wasn't out there hoeing the field, he'd be out in the field with hoe. Get what I'm saying?
I've been doing it on my whole, took on responsibilities that, I mean, I wasn't probably...
Right, it's not responsibilities. You took on other people.
And then people,
where'd that child come from? Is that a biological child of yours? Right. So you have enough taking care of yourself. You have a business to be yourself and do for yourself.